You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now, 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Connor and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. They're electrical contractors, both private and personal, and also do a lot of work all around the dairy sheds and in particular the dairy plant, because they're the De Laval agents in the Wairarapa, and also they're experts on the old effluent ponds, how to set them up, how big they need to be, and what's the best way of getting that stuff on the paddocks. Speaking of farm paddocks, they'll be a little bit wetter than what they were yesterday with the rain today. And tonight's program is going to feature songs that have rain in their title. I decided last night, after seeing the weather forecast, which forecast rain, that we'd do this, and I dug out as many as I could, and we'll play that, and just as well the rain turned up. But I worked on the theory that if the rain didn't turn up, it could be a hint that it was about time that it did. So, as I said, all the songs tonight have got rain in their title, starting off with the Rhythm of the Rain.
But little does she know that when I saw her sitting in the rain, raindrops falling on her. She didn't seem to care. She sat there and smiled at me. Then I knew she could make me happy. Flowers in her hair, flowers everywhere. Oh, I don't know just why. She simply caught my eye. She seemed so sweet and kind. She crept into my to say hello. She smiled up at me. Then she took my hand and we walked through the park alone. And I knew she had made me happy. Flowers in her hair, flowers everywhere. She simply caught my eye. She seemed so sweet and kind. She crept into my mind. Suddenly the sun broke through. I turned around, she was gone. One little flower in my hand, but I knew she had made me happy. Flowers in her hair, flowers everywhere. Was she reality or just a dream to me? Her love showed me the way to find a sunny day. Sunny day. Was she reality or just a dream to me?
The Cowsills there, and the Rain, the Park, and other things. The Cowsills are actually the inspiration for the TV series The Partridge Family. Don't be alarmed if you hear claps of thunder and heavy rain at the start of these songs, because a lot of them start off, I think, with the same sound effect track. Right, next up we've got the Ronettes from 1962 and Walking in the Rain.
Someday sleep with all my blankets in a heap and yellow roses scattered all around. The time was still approaching, for I couldn't stand it anymore. So Mary goes upon my eider down. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain making the garden grow. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain keeping me cool. So I lay upon my side with all the windows open wide, couldn't pressurize my head from speaking. Hoping not to make a sound, I pushed my bed into the ground in time to catch the sight that I was seeking. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain making the garden grow. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain keeping me cool. And the breeze make conversation with the trees, really to leave reality behind me. With my commitments in a mess, my sleep has gone away deep rest. In a world of fantasy you'll find me. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain making the garden grow. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain, feel the power of the rain keeping me good. Watching flowers in the rain, flower in the rain, flowers in the rain, flower in the rain, flower in the rain.
The Move there and Flowers in the Rain. Just to reinforce tonight, we're playing songs that have the word rain in their title. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock, and next up we've got one of my favourite singers from the 1960s onwards, and the guy is still around, Gordon Lightfoot and Early Morning Rain.
In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long way from home, and I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, no place to go, out on runway number 9, big 707 set to go. But I'm stuck here in the grass, where the cold wind blows. Now the liquor tasted good, and the women all work fast. Well, there she goes, my friend. Well, she's rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engines roar, see the silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound, far above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall and the sun always shines. She'll be flying over my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down, it's no earthly good to me, 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, as cold and drunk as I can be. can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train. So I'd best be on the way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train. So I'd best be on the way in the early morning rain.
The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band there, and Buy For Me The Rain, song that they put out in 1967. Around about the same time, the Beatles put out this song on the B-side to the big hit Paperback Rider, and this song simply called Rain.
When the sun shines
The Beatles there, bringing the time to 23 minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough, and they're contractors for both private and also commercial. Right, next up we've got the Four Seasons and a song called Tell It to the Rain.
You're crying now just like I used to cry before. Turn off the tears, girl, I don't care anymore. You can't save all your lies, 'cause I've heard them all before. Tell it to the rain and the stars that shine above, that it's me you're thinking of, and I'm your love. Tell it to the rain. I gave you love, girl, and got nothing in return. Rain, rain. How does it feel to feel what I had to learn? Baby, don't say you're sorry, 'cause I'm just not concerned. Tell it to the rain and the stars that shine above, that it's me you're thinking of, and I'm your love. Tell it to the rain. Tell it, baby. Tell it, baby. Tell it, baby.
Soaks the flowers. Maybe we'll be caught for hours, waiting out the sun. You and me were gabbing away, dreaming conversation, sitting in the hay. Honey, how long was I laughing in the rain with you? 'Cause I didn't feel a drop till the thunder brought us to. Underneath the roof of tin, pretty comfy feeling, how the rain ain't leaking in. We can sit and dry just as long as it can pour, 'cause the way it makes you look makes me hope it rains some more. Summer shower, drying while it soaks the flowers. Maybe we'll be caught for hours, waiting out the sun.
The Lovin' Spoonful there, and Rain on the Roof. Next up, we've got a song from, well, that featured in one of the great movies of the 1960s. It came out in 1969. It was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Great movie. And this song by B.J. Thomas, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, was written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
Bacharach and David were one of the great songwriting collaborations in the 1960s, and another one was Carole King and Jerry Goffin, and the next two songs were written by that team. The first one, Crying in the Rain, was put out by the Everly Brothers, and Carole King actually put out the second one, It Might As Well Rain Until September. So we'll start off with the Everlys and finish with Carole King.
I'll never let you see the way my broken heart is hurting me. I've got my pride and I know how to hide all my sorrow and pain. I'll do my crying in the rain. If I wait for cloudy skies, you won't know the rain from the tears in my eyes. You'll never know I'll do my crying in the rain.
What should I write? What can I say? How can I tell you how much I miss you? The weather here has been as nice as it can be, although it doesn't really matter much to me. For all the fun I'll have while you're so far away, it might as well rain until September. I don't need sunny skies for things I have to do, 'cause I stay home the whole day long and think of you. As far as I'm concerned, each day's a rainy day, so it might as well rain until September. My friends look forward to their picnics on the beach. Yes, everybody loves the summertime. Oh, but you know, darling, while your arms are out of reach, the summer isn't any friend of mine. It doesn't matter whether skies are gray or blue. It's raining in my heart 'cause I can't be with you. I'm only living for the day you're home to stay, so it might as well rain until September. Oh, it might as well rain until September.
Carole King there was about the only hit she had in the 1960s, although she did release a few singles, but they never went anywhere. But she didn't release as many as you'd expect with songwriting talent like that, and the reason for that was she was not confident that her voice was good enough as a singer, but she certainly tipped that on its ear in the 1970s when she put out that magnificent album, the album called Tapestry, that had all those magic songs on it. 23 minutes to 9 o'clock, and next up we've got the Searchers from 1964, and what have they done to the rain?
Just a little rain falling all around. The grass lifts its head to the heavenly sound. Just a little rain, just a little rain. What have they done to the rain? Just a little boy standing in the rain, the gentle rain that falls for years, and the grass is gone, the boy disappears, and rain keeps falling like helpless tears. And what have they done to the rain? Just a little breeze out of the sky, the leaves nod their head as the breeze blows by. Just a little breeze with some smoke in its eye. What have they done to the rain? just a little boy standing in the rain, the gentle rain that falls for years, and the grass is gone, the boy disappears, and rain keeps falling like helpless tears. And what have they done to the rain? What have they done to the
Sunshine, blue skies, please go away. A girl had found another and gone away. With her went my future. My life is filled with gloom. So day after day, I stay locked up in my room. I know to you, it might sound strange, but I wish it would rain. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause so badly I wanna go outside, but everyone knows that a man ain't supposed to cry. Listen, I gotta cry, 'cause crying eases the pain. Oh yeah. People, this hurt I feel inside, words could never explain. I just wish it would rain. Oh, let it rain, 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 rain. Let it rain. Oh yeah, let it rain. My tear-stained face pressed against the window pane. My eyes search the skies desperately for rain. 'Cause raindrops behind my teardrop, and no one will ever know that I'm crying, crying when I go outside. To the world outside my tears, I refuse to explain. Oh, I wish it would rain. Rain. I need rain to disguise the tears in my eyes. Oh, let it rain. Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm a man and I got no pride. Till it rains, I'm gonna stay inside. Let it rain.
The Temptations there, and I Wish It Would Rain. Next up, we've got Glenn Yarborough and Baby, The Rain Must Fall, and we'll follow that one up with a classic Dylan song.
Some men climb a mountain, some men swim the sea, some men fly above the sky. They are what they must be. But baby, the rain must fall. Baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Baby, I must go. I do not love for silver, I do not love for gold. My heart is mine to give away, it never will be sold. the rain must fall. Baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Baby, I must go. I am not rich or famous, but who can ever tell? I don't know now what waits for me. Maybe heaven, maybe hell. Baby, the rain must fall. Baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Baby, I must go.
15 minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM. Next up, we've got a classic from Bob Dylan, from the freewheeling Bob Dylan LP, and the song called A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain you're gonna fall. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? And what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with wild wolves all around it. I saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a-bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard, it's a hard rain they're gonna fall. Oh, what did you hear, my blue-eyed son? And what did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of a thunder that roared out a warning. I heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. I heard 100 drummers whose hands were ablazing. I heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. I heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. I heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter. I heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, It's a hard rains are gonna fall. Oh, what did you meet, my blue-eyed son? And who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. I met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded in hatred. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rains are gonna fall. And what'll you do now, my blue-eyed son? And what'll you do now, my darling young one? I'm a-going back out for the rain starts a-falling. I'll walk to the depths of the deepest dark forest, where the people are many and their hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets the damp, dirty prison, and the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where the souls are forgotten, where black is the color, where none is the number. And I'll tell it and speak it and think it and breathe it, and reflect from the mountains so all souls can see it. And I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking, but I'll know my song well before I start singing. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard, it's a hard rains are gonna fall.
Bob Dylan there from his second album, The Freewheeling Bob Dylan, the brilliant song. A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, bringing the time to 8 minutes to 9 o'clock. And next up we have, I'm just trying to think what we have got. Yes, I do know what it is. It's the New Zealand band The Underdogs and Sittin' in the Rain. Underdogs there, John Mayall's song Sitting in the Rain, and we'll go out tonight with Serendipity Singers and just a portion of Don't Let the Rain Come Down, the Crooked Little Man song.
Now this crooked little man and his crooked cat and mouse, they all live together in a crooked little house. Has a crooked door with a crooked little latch, has a crooked roof with a crooked little patch. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. My roof's got a hole in it and I might drown. Oh yes, my roof's got a hole in it and I might drown. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. Oh no, don't let the rain come down. My roof's got a hole in it. My roof's got a hole in it. My roof's got a hole in it and I might drown.
The Serendipity Singers there, bringing to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7 and brought to you with the kind sponsorship of Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough.